I hate to admit this, but ever since I can remember in middle school, I've been a huge doormat. I would let people walk all over me, take from me, whatever, just in hopes that if I gave more, or I gave something, or if I let them do whatever they wanted, maybe they would like me, maybe they would include me, maybe I would become cool, or a part of the group, or friends with the people that seemed cool to me. One, that never worked. It just left me feeling even worse. Two, it continued into my adult life, throughout high school, throughout college years, until more recent. And I was never able to speak up for myself. I would always go to the people I was closest to and try to get them to speak up for me, whether that was like a parent or the person I was dating or whatever. I found that in my close interpersonal relationships, I was able to stand up for myself, speak up for myself to some degree, but when dealing with people that I wasn't close to, that was the hardest part. And then I went even deeper and realized, you know what? I don't always speak up for myself, even to the people that I'm closest to. Sometimes I lie, so I don't have to have a conflict. Sometimes I avoid, so I don't have to have a conflict. Sometimes I let things build up and up and up until I'm so stressed out, angry, whatever it is, that now it has to be a huge conflict because I couldn't address it sooner because I was afraid of stepping on someone's toes, hurting someone's feelings, losing a connection, which led me into being a huge people pleaser, a huge pushover, a huge doormat, and not getting what I wanted in my connections, in my relationships with people. And I would tend to put the blame on others, like this person did this to me, this person did that to me. But the common denominator here was me. It wasn't those people. I mean, who knows what their patterns were in life? That's none of my business. My business was myself and how I could improve my friendships, relationships, connections. I could be my authentic self and have a mutually beneficial connection. Hi, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new here. My name is Julia, and this video is all about why you need to stop being a doormat and how it's not helping you or anyone else in your life. Because realistically, the best way to serve not only yourself, but humanity is living in your authenticity, being who you truly are. And sometimes that means there will be conflicts in your connections and being able to stand up for yourself while still being kind to others. Because kindness isn't weakness. Being a pushover, being a doormat, being a people pleaser, that is weakness. But kindness, no. You can be both kind and hold strong in your boundaries at the same time. The two aren't mutually exclusive. You can have both. It's a dialectic, and as you guys know, I do DBT therapy, so I've learned that you can have both kindness and boundaries. You can say no and still care about the connection. You can advocate for yourself and still be on somebody else's side with them. You can do both. So the way to stop being a doormat, a pushover, a people pleaser, the type of person that lets people walk all over them, is by not only having boundaries, but also requirements for entry into your life. You have standards that you set, and if people can't meet those standards, then they can't meet your requirements and they can't be in your life. Now, these are things that you set energetically. These are things that you look for in your surroundings. For example, let's say you want friends that have a growth mindset, that are on a health and fitness journey, that are productive, that are taking initiative in their life. Well, you're most likely not going to just meet them at a club or a bar, one late night drinking. That's kind of the opposite of the lifestyle that you are leading or want to lead. So the chances of you meeting them there is very slim. Whereas if you went to a workout class, a yoga class early in the morning, you have a higher chance of meeting those friends there. Same goes for dating. If you go to a club or a bar scene, yeah, you might potentially meet somebody like you who is having a one-off time where they decided to be social and do that. Sure, it's possible. But is it likely? Probably not. But if you meet them again, you know, in a more productive setting, there's more likely a chance of what you're looking for to be there. So that would be an energetic boundary of like, I'm not gonna go to places that I don't enjoy going to, that have less people that are likely to be like-minded to me there. So by choosing to only go to places that you really actually want to be at, that are full body yeses for you, is one energetic way to attract new people in your life who are probably going to be more likely to fit your requirements. Because you can't fit a round peg into a square box. It's not aligned. Of course, it all starts with having boundaries of yourself. So your first boundary would be to live that healthy lifestyle on your own first and eliminate as many negative habits and behaviors that you may have as possible. We're human. We're going to indulge in things and we want to enjoy our life. So if you have some negative behaviors, that's fine. But the 80-20 rule is the best way to go when it comes to setting boundaries of yourself. 80% follow your own requirements for the life that you want to live. 20%, okay, like indulge, enjoy. If that means watching some Netflix, go watch some Netflix. If that means you want to go out with your friends one night every once in a while, go out with your friends one night every once in a while. Do what makes you happy at the end of the day. But make sure you're on track for the life you want to live and you keep your own boundaries and requirements with yourself. I realize though it can be hard to even set boundaries of yourself when you don't even know what your values are and you don't value yourself or see your own value. So if you're having trouble setting boundaries of yourself, it's really important to go to your values and be like, what are my values even? And then I would say take it a little deeper and ask yourself, do you value you? Do you value your own opinions? Do you see your own self-worth? Do you value yourself intrinsically and extrinsically? And by that, I mean, do you see the fact that you exist on this planet as valuable enough as it is? That's intrinsically. We are all valuable because we were born here, because we exist. The universe, God, source created you and you're a part of it. So therefore, you are valuable. Everything that you experience in your life is valuable for the creator. It's all part of the expansion of the universe. So intrinsically, you are valuable no matter what. Then extrinsically, do you value yourself? Like, do you value your personality, the things that are changeable about you, your body, your mind, your hobbies, your passions, your career, your life collectively, your thoughts, your emotions, everything that is extrinsic? Do you value that about you? That is a little bit of a tougher one, but if you can value that and value everything that you experience in your life, it makes it easier to value yourself. And the hardest part about it is to take all the negative things about you and all the negative things that happen to you and find value within that as well. That's how you really build confidence, and that's how you really learn to love yourself. And when you're able to do that, it will make you never want to allow somebody to just step on you ever again, push you over, or let yourself even get into a people-pleasing mentality, because you value yourself so much that you won't let anybody take advantage of you or your energy or anything that matters to you in your life. So once you can decide that you have value both intrinsically and extrinsically, no matter what anyone says about you, no matter how anyone tries to bring you down, demean you, disrespect you, make it seem like you don't have value, you still know within, no matter what, you're valuable. And if they can't see it, somebody else will come along who does see it, because inside you see it and you value yourself. And if you can see it inside, you will attract it on the outside. It always starts from within. If you are experiencing a patch of life, or if this has been your entire life where you attract people who disrespect you, who don't value, who don't care for you, they don't take your best interests at heart, the best thing I can tell you to do is to separate yourself and cut all those people out, even if it means you're going to be alone for a little while, because you need to go within. You need to go within, you need to do the inner work, and you need to learn to value yourself. You need to see yourself as a person worthy of care, of love, of respect. And it starts with you doing that with yourself first. It means you honoring your emotions. It means cleaning up your thoughts. It means writing a new story for yourself of how you want to be, the person that you want to be, and learning to value where you are right now, because it's the first step in your journey. So you're not the person you want to be just yet, but you need to see the value in your starting point, and you need to respect your starting point, and you need to give love to your starting point, the version you are now. And once you're able to do that and accept that person, you're already one step closer to the higher version of you. In fact, you already kind of are that person, because you see the value within you. And when you see the value within you, you'll do all the steps necessary. You'll honor all your boundaries, and now you're going to start setting requirements not only for yourself, but everyone who tries to enter your energy, your life, your world. You won't just let anybody gain access. They have to meet your requirements first, because you're meeting your own requirements. And if you're meeting your own requirements, Why would you let somebody into your life who doesn't meet them? It makes no sense. So the best way to show yourself that you value yourself right now is by doing things in the present moment to give future you ease, to set future you up for success, to make life easier for future you, and to show that you are taking future you as a part of yourself right now, and that you have their own best interest at heart. And when you do that internal work, the people and experiences you will start attracting will be of that same mentality of taking you as a part of their self, of caring for you, of wanting the best for you, so on and so forth. I will say, as you do this inner work, your 3D reality might not reflect what you're feeling inside right away. There is a little time gap, and sometimes you will experience things that feel almost exactly the same as what you would experience before, where people would try to cross your boundaries and not meet your requirements. But the way you know that you have changed and that you are the higher version of you is if you react differently to the same circumstances. And once you start reacting differently to the same circumstances, that's when you realize that you have done the inner work and you are making the changes, and that you will start to receive different results because you're reacting differently. So for example, let's say somebody tries to cross your boundary in whatever way that they try to cross it, but your reaction in the past would be like, oh, it's okay, it's fine, like, you know, it happens, whatever. And then you let them just cross that boundary and walk all over you or do whatever they were gonna do that wasn't beneficial to you. That would show that you haven't made the changes. But if you react like, no, I don't want that. No, I'm not gonna do that. No, I'm not available for that. Regardless of their reaction to your no, it shows that you have made the changes. And most likely, because you have made the changes, their reaction to your no will probably be like, oh, okay, that's fine. Like, sorry, or okay, that's fine, like we can do something else, or okay, that's fine, like don't worry about it, whatever. You probably will receive that reaction just because you have done the inner work. And if you don't, you know you're fine either way, and the next experience that comes along, the next person that comes along, they will respect your boundaries and they will meet your requirements because you have done the changes. And if they don't, you also know that you will reject it. You will say no because you don't allow lower things into your life. When you see yourself as worthy of the best, you attract the best. You don't settle for less because you know that you can receive better. So why would you settle for less when you can get better? And this is something that will continuously come up in your life until you fully learn the lesson. I know for myself, because I've been practicing this and putting it into play for like the past year now, and I'm still learning this lesson. Like I still haven't fully learned it, and that's okay. Like healing is not linear, and when you've spent 20 plus years of your life basically being a people pleaser, pushover, doormat, have grace with yourself, because to change 20 plus years of conditioning is difficult. It takes time, it takes practice, it takes implementing these boundaries and requirements over and over again till it's like muscle memory for you. But in the beginning, it's going to be really hard. You're going to have to keep pausing and thinking and being like, like this is uncomfortable. But that's what growth is. Growth is uncomfortable. It pushes you to make the changes that you need to make. If we were all raised to have boundaries and set requirements and standards with people of what we're going to allow and not allow, we wouldn't be in this position. But not all of us experience that. It's funny because recently my mom told me a story about how her mom wanted to teach her how to have boundaries and say no. So she would have her answer the door every time a door-to-door salesman would show up, and she would have my mom tell them no. And my mom went on to say that this was really hard for her because sometimes they would show her things that looked really cool that she wanted, and she would be like, oh wait, like that looks really cool, I want that. And then her mom in the background would be like, no, tell them no, even if she liked it. So I feel like that was a really good lesson for her to learn. And I feel like having those lessons when we're younger, learning how to say no, is really important. But if we didn't learn them, that's okay too, as long as we're able to realize this now and do the work now to learn them. Like re-parenting yourself and teaching yourself, it's okay to say no. And if people don't want to be around you because you're saying no, they're lost, really. Until you're able to use your discernment and make decisions and be able to say no to things you don't want to do, yes to things that are full body yeses, no no to the things you're unsure about, regardless of if people are upset with you or judge you or whatever. You're going to have to keep repeating this lesson over and over again until you're able to speak up for yourself, set boundaries, set requirements, advocate for yourself, ask for what you need. You're just going to keep experiencing this cycle over and over again, either with the same people or different people, same experiences, different experiences. It's going to keep showing up in your life until you get it. So whenever you need a reminder or refresher, just come back to this video and remind yourself you can set boundaries, you can say no, you can have standards, you can have requirements, and your life will be better for it. I will see you all in next week's video. I love you guys so much. Bye!